Sorry I had to cut the video. There was an interruption. We were in the middle section here for the fragrances that I like but don't wear that much. This one is Neroli Sauvage from Creed. By the way, these don't spill. You can bring them along wherever you go, and the oil won't spill out. And by the way, it's not even oil. With perfume oils, it is the fragrance in a base of dipropylene glycol. So there's no oil actually in it, unless you're including the essential oils that it takes to make these fragrances. So Neroli Sauvage. This one is a Creed that you don't hear people talk about very much, and that's too bad because Neroli Sauvage is very pleasant. It is like a buttery, smooth citrus fragrance. Something about it has kind of a vintage vibe to it. And I'm not trying to say that it comes across as old or retro, but you can get a sense that there's like a classicness to this fragrance. I really like it. I could even see getting myself a bottle of the actual real deal from Creed. And Neroli is in here, yes. Looking up the notes for you. It's bergamot. The lemon verbena, I think that's why I'm picking up on a classic vibe for this fragrance, because lemon verbena you often find in these older style citrus fragrances, and it has a very distinct citric aroma to it. I'm also picking up on the ambergris. Ambergris is common in all Creed fragrances. But yeah, I guess I would have to say that this is primarily a neroli and verbena fragrance oil. I really like it. I should wear it more. It smells very nice. If you like citrus, out of all of these fragrances, if I had to pick one or two citrus fragrances that I think excel from Oil Perfumery, this would be one of them. I might bump into another one on the way, or this might be the only good one that I like, to be honest. But if you are a citrus person, I would check this one out. And it's not sweet, which I'm a fan of. I don't like sweetness in my fragrances that much. It's really nice. Okay, Vetiver Geranium from Creed. I really should look into the original fragrance because this one I like a lot. Yeah, it's definitely, I can definitely pick up on the geranium. I'm definitely picking up on the geranium. It also has apple, lemon, bergamot, cedar, patchouli, rose, amber, cinnamon, and musk, and vetiver. I don't know if I said that already. I don't pick up vetiver primarily. I mostly am getting geranium, and I really like geranium. I kind of struggle with it at the same time because geranium, just like how I said verbena, is a fragrance that can smell a little bit classic or maybe dated in some situations. Geranium is similar. It can give a kind of gentlemanly, older spin on a fragrance if it's in the notes. Here, I'm not saying that it comes across as old-fashioned or outdated, but it definitely has a maturity to it. It smells a little classic, very nice. I really like this one, and gonna consider trying to get like a decant or a bottle of the original. It's herbal, it's refreshing. I could see this being perfect for the office. I like this one a lot, and I should wear it more often than I do. Another good one from Creed. All of the Creed oils, or almost all of them, by Oil Perfumery are really good. I'm realizing. Okay. Another Creed is Pure White Cologne. I have tried the original version of this fragrance, and this is very, very close. This one, Pure White Cologne, is unique to me because pear is the dominant note, and you don't really find pear as the dominant note, which is so surprising to me, because pear is such a nice note. It is so refreshing, and it's fruity, but it's fruity in a very elegant way, and you get that with Pure White Cologne. And the oil does do that justice. You pick up on the pear. There's citrus in here. Let's see. Yeah, there's grapefruit, lemon, bergamot. It's really nice. I've heard people describe Pure White Cologne as a bathroom in heaven, the way a clean bathroom would smell if you were in heaven. And I could understand why they think that. It smells very clean, very put together. Yeah, it's really nice. Men and women could both wear it. I might think women would be more drawn to this one. I guess by today's standards, it might come across as more feminine, but who cares? This is really nice, and it performs well. It's very much like the original, perhaps not as sparkly, because this is a oil and it isn't in alcohol, so it's not going to have that sparkle that the original has, but it does a very good job of copying the original. So Pure White Cologne, another great Oil Perfumery version of a Creed fragrance. The next one we have here is Neroli Portofino Forte from Tom Ford. This one's really nice too. This is a Neroli, obviously, and it has, I'm finding this to be mostly like a citrusy floral fragrance, but instead of the citrus fruits, this is more the flowers that are of the trees that produce citrus fruits. This does have blood orange and bergamot in it, but I'm mostly getting Neroli straight up. This is very, very, if you like Neroli, you will love this. If you like the original Neroli Portofino, you will like this. It is very pleasant, smooth, buttery Neroli. Green. I'm thinking of the colors green and white for this. It also has orange blossom, lavender, leather, basil. It's quite a large variety of notes, but for me, this is very much a Neroli floral fragrance. It's so gentle, and I could see this being great for the office. Good performance. It does. When I put this on myself, I find I can smell it for hours and hours. Really nice, soapy a bit, but it's a beautiful floral Neroli fragrance. If you're a fan of Neo from Xerjoff, I could also see you liking this oil. Oil Perfumery, for some reason, doesn't have a copy of Neo, which is so surprising to me because Neo is like the most famous citrus fragrance out there, I consider it to be citrus floral because I pick up mostly neroli in that fragrance, but this one is amazing. So both of the neroli fragrances that I have from Oil Perfumery, really good. The last one in this section is Philtre Ceylan from Atelier Cologne. This is a tea fragrance. Okay, so this is a very juicy, fruity tea fragrance. I am not sure, I'll check right now to see if there are fruit in this fragrance, and I'm sure there are. Okay, I see it has bergamot in this note profile. I don't know if I particularly pick up bergamot, but I think tea on its own, in my experience, a lot of times you do get sort of a juicy, fruity vibe from it. I find that with, like Oolong Cha from Nishane. This one, I haven't smelled the original. What is it called? Tea Tonique from Miller Harris. It has this fruitiness to it, but it's a very refreshing, gentle and tart fruit aroma. I'm definitely picking up on the tea. It has green tea and black tea. In my opinion, it smells more like a green tea centered fragrance. Iris, cumin, papyrus, wood, but I find this to be mainly a tea fragrance. Really nice if you like tea fragrances. You can't go wrong with this one. I can't say if this is the same as the original, but even if it wasn't, this is really nice on its own if you like tea fragrances. It's so fresh, great for the office, close encounters, really, really gorgeous. All right. So now we are going to talk about the ones that I do not like, that I don't like very much. All right. This one is Sorrel and Lemon Thyme from Joe Malone. Okay. This is very green. This is a very green, herbal, citrusy fragrance. Normally, that is my style. I love the combination of green and citrus together because it usually means it's not very sweet. It's refreshing and clean and invigorating. Here, I don't think it smells bad, but I think it's this type of lemon that they used in this fragrance. It almost smells like citron, which is a citrus fruit that I usually am not a fan of in fragrances because it can come across like a cough drop, like a lemon cough drop, or like a lemon lollipop that you would get from the doctor's office. More of a kind of a golden, syrupy, sweet citrus fragrance or aroma. And I'm getting that with this fragrance. I haven't smelled the original, by the way. But yeah, it's that bitter, savory, green, herbal aspect combined with a sort of sweet, lemony aspect. This one, okay, so you know how earlier I was talking about how like Oud Mineral and Eau de Rhubarbe Écarlate had like a sweet undertaste to it. This one, for some reason, when I wear it, it turns sour on me, and I have no idea why. And I've worn it multiple times, and each time it smells, it transforms into kind of like a sour aroma that is not my cup of tea at all. It smells bad when that happens. And it doesn't really smell like how it smells originally. But even, like, I had never tried this before, and the original version, I had never tried the original version before, so I tried this first to see if I liked it, and I don't think it's for me. But if you do like herbal fragrances and you don't mind a sweeter lemon or citrus note, you might give this a try. But like I said, it does transform into being very sour on me. But that could just be my own issue. Here we have wood sage and sea salt. I bought this before trying the original version, and I have come to accept that I don't like wood sage and sea salt, and I'm very sad about that because based off of description, it seems like something I would be really interested in. Like I said, I was trying to find a kind of oceanic, salty, shower gel kind of fragrance, and I was really wanting wood sage and sea salt to be that, but for me, it's not. And I'll say actually that Oud Mineral is Oud Mineral is kind of like what I had hoped wood sage and sea salt would have been, but it wasn't. So I'm pursuing this now and not wood sage and sea salt. This is very true to the original. It has, I don't know where the sweetness in this one comes from, but it is sweet. It's a bit sweet, and I don't really know what else to say about it. If you like the original, I don't think this would disappoint you, because it does smell very close to that. I've also tried the wood sage and sea salt from the Cologne house. It's called the Fragrance Shop, located in North Carolina, I think it was. That one smells a lot like the original wood sage and sea salt as well. I think this one is more accurate, to be honest. Yeah, if you like wood sage and sea salt, I would recommend getting the oil version of that to layer, because I know the original has pretty weak performance. But the fragrance, it's not the oil's fault, but the wood sage and sea salt, I don't really like at all. And then the next one here is another Jo Malone. It is Peony and Blush Suede. I really liked the original. I'm a big fan of Peony. I think it's a very clean, invigorating, bright floral note, refreshing even. This version, I don't think it captures the original very well. It's so heavy, and it just doesn't, it lacks the brightness that Peony and Blush Suede has. The peony is off to me. It doesn't smell like the original. I liked because of the brightness. It was so refreshing and clean and satisfying, and this doesn't do the same thing for me. It's not a unpleasant fragrance, but I don't think it really measures up to the original. But it, it's a good floral oil fragrance. I guess I'd say maybe it is more focused on the apple note than the peony. Maybe that's why it's not working out so much for me. I don't really like apple too much in fragrances. I like pear, but apple is very hit and miss for me. So maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe this is too much focused on that apple note and not enough on the peony. So I'm gonna give this one away, actually. All the ones on the end here I'm planning on giving away. The next one here is Jardin d'Amalfi from Creed. Okay. The original gets a lot of love. The reviews for it are pretty glowing. The original fragrance from Creed. This is very blah, in my opinion. I mean, it's nice. It smells nice, but it just is kind of like vague to me. I know well-blended fragrances, you're not supposed to be able to pick up on particular notes necessarily. But this one is like, I really can't pick up on any note, honestly. It just smells like a vague kind of citrus fragrance. Tangerine is the most prominent note in Jardin d'Amalfi. In this version, if I think hard while I'm smelling it, I can pick it out a little bit maybe, but not too successfully. It has rose, bergamot, apple, neroli. I don't pick up neroli all that well with this. I just think that there's much better fragrances out there. Actually, I did try this in the store too. I went to the department store and I've tried the original, and this does smell similar to the original. And both of them are not for me. It's, like I said, there's better citrus fragrances out there. I guess how you would classify this is, citrus. Maybe try something else. It's all right though. It's not gonna offend anybody. But it is accurate to the original, I'd have to say. Okay. The last one that I have here is Bal d'Afrique from Byredo. This fragrance everybody seems to love so much. I tried this oil first before I actually smelled the original version. It's nice. It's not bad, but this is, like wood sage and sea salt. It's just, Bal d'Afrique is not for me. It is too sweet, and it does smell a little vague, in my opinion. I don't know what it's trying to be. On Fragrantica, it's described as an amber woody fragrance. I've heard some people say it's citrus. I've heard some people say it's a vetiver fragrance. And I can see where the vetiver fragrance, it's the top rated note in this fragrance on Fragrantica that people pick up on. But lemon's the second most prominent note, and I'm not picking up any lemon in this. That's what I was hoping it would be. It would be like a citrus dominant fragrance, but it's not. It smells fine and it smells close to the original, but it's not. It's just like I said before, with wood sage and sea salt and Jardin d'Amalfi, I just come to learn that those are not really for me. And Bal d'Afrique, despite how popular it is, and I've tried to like it, it's just not for me. If I had no fragrances, I would wear this. But I have other fragrances that I like so much more. I think though, if you do like Bal d'Afrique, you like the oil. It would be good for layering, because I don't think Bal d'Afrique performs all that well. There's kind of mixed reviews concerning that aspect of it. So yeah, good, but not for me. That is my collection, and I just have to throw in here at the end, there are a few that are not in this video because I just, right now I can't find where I left them. One of them is Elysium from Roja. I cannot remember if it's Elysium Porham or Elysium Cologne. I would put that in this category over here to the left of the lemon, of the lime, because I do wear that a lot. And the Oil Perfumery version of Elysium I find to be, I don't really, I mean, the original is a lot of grapefruit in it. I don't necessarily pick up on the grapefruit, but it does smell very bitter and zesty, maybe a little bit spicy even. But I do often wear that. It's very potent, the Elysium clone from this brand. Very, very, very potent. And I like to wear that sort of like on the nape of my neck or on my collarbone, just to sort of like anoint myself with this nice fragrance. And it is pretty close to the original. However, I also have the, from Universal Perfumes and Cosmetics, I have their version of Elysium Porham, and I like that a lot better. I mean, it's pretty close to the Oil Perfumery version, but I like the Universal Perfumes and Cosmetics version more because you can pick up, and it's the ultra premium oil, by the way. You can pick up more on that grapefruit and the fruity aspects of Elysium more so than the Oil Perfumery one. And then the other oil that I don't have right now because I can't find it is it's Dior Cherie. It's Miss Dior Cherie, I think is the name of it. It's the one that has the popcorn note and strawberry. I had never tried the original, but I had heard really amazing things about Miss Dior Cherie. So I decided to give it a shot, and that one was so headache-inducing, and I can't tell you if it is similar to the original, but I found it to be very cloying, and I didn't like it. And I'm just now remembering I have one other Oil Perfumery fragrance that I can't find right now, and it is from Replica. It is Across Sands, and I believe that one has a date, like the fruit, a date note. Can't remember the other notes. I remember really liking the original when I tried it in Sephora, so I decided to give this one a try too, and that one was very nauseating, and it did not remind me of the original. So I'm almost wondering if what I had smelled in Sephora, maybe I'm not remembering things clearly and it was a different one that I was smelling, but I found the Oil Perfumery version of Across Sands to be cloying, heavy, just too much, and not smelling very nice. So yeah, those ones, those are some of the oils that I can't find right now. I would put them in this video if I could find them, but I don't know where I put it. But yeah, Elysium would be over here, and Miss Dior Cherie and Replica Across Sands would be all the way here on the right side because I don't like them at all, and I don't really care that I can't find them because I would never wear them again I only wore them once each, and I actually had to scrub it off myself or change the shirt that I was wearing because I just couldn't stand it. It gave me a migraine. So these are my Oil Perfumery fragrances. I hope I described them well enough for you. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.